Do you ever regret it? Grace asked. The years of struggle? Being thrown away? Mercy considered this. I regret the pain, she said slowly. I regret that you were cold and hungry as a baby. But I don't regret what came after. The land taught me things I never would have learned in comfort. It showed me who I really was beneath everything else. And what's that? Grace asked. Strong, Mercy said simply. Not because I was never broken, but because I learned how to heal. The land knew that. It remembered my grandmother's strength and recognized it in me. They walked in peaceful silence, mother and daughter, blessed by earth that loved its own. Years later, when Mercy was very old, she felt the land calling her home. Not the cottage, but deeper, into the earth itself, where her grandmother waited. She said goodbye to Peter, to Grace, to her grandchildren. She gave them her wisdom and her blessings. Remember, she told them, the land provides for those who respect it. Treat people with dignity. Show mercy even when it's not deserved. That's how justice really works, not through revenge, but through choosing to be better than those who hurt you. Grace held her mother's hand as Mercy passed peacefully, a smile on her weathered face. They buried her in the cane cemetery she'd restored, beside the stone for her grandmother. But no monument was needed. Mercy's legacy lived in the thriving town, the prosperous farms, the laws that protected the vulnerable. Thomas outlived her by a year. On his deathbed, he asked to be buried near her, not as a husband, he'd lost that right, but as someone she'd saved despite everything. Grace granted his wish. The land remembered them all. Every spring, flowers bloomed wild on their graves, flowers that grew nowhere else, touched by something older than memory. And in the forest, in a cottage made of river stones, a book waited on a table. Its pages were blank now, resting. But someday, when another daughter needed wisdom, when another woman was thrown away and forgotten, the pages would fill again. Because the land always remembers its daughters. Always. The end.